Anyway, this centurion was a believer in God, and uh, and he had a vision actually, and he wanted to know what it meant. So he was instructed by an angel to send out a couple people to St. Peter's house over in Joppa to find out what God wanted. So just before these messengers showed up at where he was staying, at another Simon the tanner's house, I assume that has something to do with animals, being a tanner, hides, skins. But he saw a vision which came out of heaven, a sheet suspended by four animals or something like that, from memory. But and man, he was disturbed about what it meant. But he found out what it meant because the angel said, "Do not no longer view the old system, the old Mosaic system, like you once did. The forbidding of eating certain foods, being forbid to enter other people's houses that weren't Jews, that weren't Hebrews, Israelites. They shunned. They shunned people who weren't circumcised. It was against their religion. So they didn't congregate with them. They didn't associate with them. But Peter said that's no longer the case. You're now free. You're now free because of the blood of the new covenant, because of the fellowship with Christ, which is our representative before God. You're no longer bound by these old, archaic traditions and rituals and ceremonies. You're free. You're free under the new covenant. You can eat meat. You can eat pig. You can eat pork. You can eat certain stuff from the ocean that doesn't have scales on it, and you can. You're not bound no longer. You're no longer bound by these old Hebrew traditions. You're free in Christ under the new covenant. So now he was able to go into the Gentiles' house and travel with those Gentile messengers. And he went into the house of these pagans, which would be really frowned upon by the Jewish community. And he said his whole house got saved in Christ because of that vision, that which allowed him and freed him up from to do those things, to go into a Gentile's house, a non-believer's house, and partake of fellowship with them and give them instruction. And he did believe in God, but he didn't have a perfect knowledge of God. He needed some more information, some more instructions. And most of us do. Most of us need more input. Most of us need more input because to do the right thing. That's important. So we continually grow in Christ and our freedom in Christ, and because the blood cleanses us. The blood of Christ cleanses us from all unrighteousness, all impurity, all sin. So guess what? My soul is free from trying to approach God either on my own terms or the terms of some outdated and archaic legal system that no longer has application.